President Trump says a new trade deal between the U.S. and China is done. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt celebrated the agreement during a briefing today.
China has agreed to open their markets to the United States separately of this deal. And when it comes to this deal, we're going back to the terms that were agreed upon in Geneva for the release of some of those critical minerals and the magnets from China to the United States. And we have agreed to fully comply with the Geneva Agreement as well.
All right, the deal brings tariffs on Chinese goods to 55%, while China's tariffs on the U.S. will be 10%. Additionally, the U.S. will stop efforts to revoke the visas of Chinese nationals on college campuses. President Trump says he will be working closely with President Xi to get that agreement across the finish line. And we'd like to bring in Michelle Schulz, now founder and managing partner of Schulz Trade Law PLLC. Michelle, welcome. President Trump says a deal has been agreed to now between China and the U.S. So what will this mean for global markets?
Well, for now, it still means wait and see, because a deal was reached last night in London around midnight, and it was essentially a framework for an agreement to extend our 90-day truce that was agreed in Geneva, Switzerland, back in May. So we do not have it yet signed by President Xi and President Trump. It's still a framework, and it's still waiting to be signed. So in my mind, we wait and see, but it gives us a little bit of hope.
Yes, it doesn't sound like quite a done deal. So we don't know yet if this is actually an end to the trade war, or are there still things, even though it hasn't been signed, to be ironed out? I would imagine so.
I would imagine so. It's been my experience with free trade agreements that they take months, if not longer, to negotiate, and that you want to get all the terms right. So this would be a preliminary agreement, and I'm sure it's very positive, but I think it will take time to iron out the details. I think we're looking at about mid-August for the details to be fleshed out.
So a couple more months.
Yeah.
You think, when all is said and done. So interestingly, the deal includes a 55% tariff on goods from China and only a 10% tariff on goods from the U.S. So it seems like China cannot afford to raise tariffs. What do you make of these numbers?
I'm a little skeptical, because China does have quite a bit of leverage, and their main leverage is with regard to rare earths minerals. Right now, they are pretty much our sole source of rare earth minerals, and we need those to make technology, cars, anything pretty much. We need rare earth minerals. So China has that leverage on us, and I'm a little confused why we would allow them to only have 10% tariffs on the U.S.
Yeah, it is very interesting. So quickly, if the deal is not approved, what do you think would be the reason at this point?
If it's not approved, I think it would be in the details. I think President Xi and President Trump have spoken, and their teams have spoken in London. But when we get down to the details, it's going to really put the rubber to the road. They will have to look at tariff codes, what tariff exemptions will be available. Is that 10% really fair? And there has been talk of allowing minerals to come out of China more easily, but I don't know. I don't know if China's really ready to do that. So there's a little hesitancy on my side.
As I say, the devil's in the details. Well, the world will be watching. Michelle Schulz, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much.